says like it says we're live. That means we're live right now.
Yes, that means everything that you're saying is going to be on
Yeah,
YouTube.
I found that out because we're like, oh, we're not live. It's like, no,
I
we actually
always
were.
go YouTube first and then I hit record.
Woo! Fuck.
Where am I? Yes, we are live on YouTube.
I had so much shit on my phone, man.
And now we are officially live and recording on Monday night, August 25th, 2025. 5 days away from kickoff. A special number near and dear to Chip's heart. Number 5. How does it feel for you, Chip, that you'll never see another Tiger wear number 5 again?
Ooh, I guess it went off on a good one.
Wait. We retired it?
Nobody's worn 9 since Joe Burrow, and nobody's worn 5 since Jaden Daniels.
Well, I woke up today and I saw Chip had sent those like messages with the greats of 5, and then like the
I sent
hypothetical
those messages.
Oh well, whoever, I don't fucking know.
I shouted
I
that.
said Garrett Nussmeier because
That was good.
So that's what I saw. That was the whatever, and I was like, oh hell yeah, that's a great number. Like I get it. But then I thought you just meant like we retired. I was like, oh fuck, we retired that shit. But I see what you're saying. Like no one's worn 9. Yeah, I get it. I like that.
Worst kept secret that 9 and 5 are retired.
Man, we just got to bring him back. Man, how awesome would it be if somehow in like 3 years the Commanders and the Bengals line up to have an off date, and it's like against fucking Bama, and we just bring them out and we retire their numbers together. Jaden and Joe midfield against Bama at halftime. I'd lose my fucking mind.
Do you think Joe would come back to a game, Chip?
I don't think he's been back.
He has not been back. He came back for a spring game, and that's it.
I think he'd come back for that. Yeah, like, yeah, it's hard during the regular season. I get why you don't want to do that. A lot of dudes do it. But if he was getting his shit retired, I think he'd come back.
Yeah, if he was getting his shit retired, he would come back. But otherwise, Joe, not really an ambassador of the program, huh, Chip?
I don't know. I'm not answering that question. I'm not jumping on that one.
Chip, tell him to fuck off.
No, actually, here's the thing.
Go fuck yourself.
Chip doesn't want to go on record and say this, but he does agree with what I'm saying.
I love when Daniel like just says, "You agree with what I'm saying," even though
you've said this before.
Yeah.
Hey man, as Daniel said, I think Casey Smith is the best.
No, you said she was hot.
Yeah, I said I'd fuck her brains out. I didn't say like I believe what she said about college football.
I fuck Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, that's how we started on that.
That's how we started. I was wondering how we started that last night.
Clinton back when she was
young. We settled that.
Yeah, but that was my point. Is that you
right now?
The point.
No, the point and I started that last. Stuff. No, I said that your girl Casey Smith, and you took offense to that. But what I'm saying, the context in which you said it was that you would
smash. But but in the context of you saying it was that I was agreeing with her college football takes, which I think she's an idiot. By the way, you know she has like A&M going like 10-2, being like a 9 seed. She's a woke. She's so dumb. She's the epitome of a cult.
She's like, I think you know what I'm gonna do it, and she does the same thing every.
And honestly, time. She wears so much makeup,
and I still watch it.
If she had an A cup, and she didn't have blue eyes and blonde hair, she'd be mid. But she has like a D cup, and that really changes a lot.
I mean, I think she's attractive.
But
Brandon, I think Brandon got upset about something this week. It was so funny.
What did he
get upset about? Stole my pick. Like he literally was
T-Bob, because T-Bob before I didn't listen. I don't watch it anymore. I stopped.
No, I thought it was Big Ev that picked Nebraska in the playoff.
Yeah, it could have been. I saw. So I don't listen anymore, but I saw that. Whenever they did the SEC preview, they all have to like submit their shit before. And apparently T-Bob said somebody else. And then as they were going through stuff, they're like, all right, so, player of the year, blah, 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 blah. And like, who's going to be in the SEC championship? T-Bob was like, Texas and LSU. And he started like screaming, and Walker was like, you motherfucker. Because that's who, like, I think Brandon Walker has LSU and Texas, or LSU and Georgia, one of them. But he's like, you motherfucker. He's like, you heard me talking about them and blah, blah. And T-Bob was like, I just didn't want to be biased, but you're right. Like, we're going to fucking win. He's like, fuck you. Fuck you.
T-Bob is a fag for that. Either you like, you're a professional. Either you think LSU is going to make it or not. Like, don't try to go to Barstool and be a hard ass and not pick LSU. If you think they're one of the best 5 teams in the country, fucking pick them.
He looks a little uncomfortable to me. I still like him.
Yeah, I think he's trying to find. He's because I mean he was
trying to find his way.
He was such a silly little goose when he was here, and he could talk about just random shit. And then he goes there, and it's like, well, how far can I overstep? But he came in hot, like he MF Brandon Walker a few times, and that's what Brandon Walker has already become better because T-Bob will hold him accountable a little bit. And nobody, I mean, Casey Smith's bitch ass wasn't doing that shit.
Correct. I do think T-Bob's a good addition for Brandon Walker.
It's done. It's a good show. I just started watching this year. It's been really good.
But Big Ev stole his pick about Nebraska making the playoffs, which Nate
didn't say that. I told you this.
No, I think I'm gonna lay 7 on Cincinnati on.
Is that it open up with?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I can see Cincinnati
in
Arrowhead. So neutral site, but closer to Nebraska, obviously.
Bro, that is going to be 85-50. Does Cincinnati even have a real?
Yeah, but it's not 95-5. It's not a home game, but obviously closer to Nebraska.
Listen, the one thing I'll give Nebraska, and shout out to them, this is how we were in the 90s. Like, they still rock out. They've sold out every game for 30 years. They have more players. They have more people. Like, I mean, but what else are they going to do? Go back to their fucking farms? No. They live and die by Nebraska. So I respect them for that. And they always are going to have a great home field. But I think this is the year that Matt Rule gets it done.
But it's not a home field. It's Kansas City.
It's a home field, bro. That is – do you know how
de facto,
close?
But it's not this is my issue with neutral site games. Just play in Nebraska. How fucking cool would it be? Play in Nebraska.
Agree. But that's like saying the Superdome. If we were playing –
If I was a player, I would want to play at Nebraska.
Yeah. If I was a Cincinnati player, I would want to play at Nebraska.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I
like Cincinnati +7. Chip, you like Cincinnati +7?
I have Cincinnati. Yeah, I just have Cincinnati. I picked them outright.
I don't know anything about Cincy, but
looked it up. They have they're returning their quarterback.
Strictly going on Nebraska just being fuck ups.
Listen,
I hope. Remember when it used to be called Clemson? It now it's Nebraska.
That is true.
Listen, I talked to Daniel about this in the middle of Walmart where I saw all kinds of hood rat shit, but I would love nothing more than Cincinnati because Nebraska's schedule. The reason people are picking them is because everybody just sees them as being Indiana because I think they play Michigan at home and then I think they play maybe at Penn State or at Ohio State. That's it. Like literally Michigan and either Penn State or Ohio State are the only 2 teams with a pulse they play. So if they lose to Cincinnati, I would love it because they don't deserve to be in the college football playoff because they don't play anybody.
What was their record last year?
Who coaches
for
Cincinnati?
It was like 8-5.
And their biggest win was against Colorado?
Yeah.
Who coaches for Cincinnati? It's Satherley, right?
No, it's Fickle, right?
No, Fickle's been in Wisconsin for like 3 years.
Yeah. It's Satherley. Satherley, does that sound right?
That sounds right, but they've been okay. I just know Corey Kiner's not there, so like.
Wait, he left?
Yeah, man, he didn't redshirt. Think about this. That dude was getting carries in 2019 national championship. That dude was our leading. That dude was our leading rusher.
Kiner didn't start playing until 2021.
Oh, who am I thinking of? Oh, I'm thinking of the Utah guy.
Yeah. But he's from Florida. He was from.
Speaking of the number 18, the guy who
he wore number 18.
That's one of the reasons I hate the numbers.
Wait, no, I'm thinking of somebody different. He didn't wear 18. The guy I'm thinking of.
He wore 18 at LSU. Chip, what's his name?
24.
Yeah, I'm starting to freak out.
He was the third string or the second string running back in the 20.
Yeah, and he came in the Oklahoma game and did really well.
He started the Oklahoma game, right?
Who was that? Yeah, Clyde was hurt. He barely played.
I forget his name. He was from
why are we going blank on this guy? We should know this. This is embarrassing.
I think it was like initials were CC.
I don't know.
That's what I was thinking. Corey Kiner.
He's from one of those used to be Rich
Chris
Towns.
Curry?
Chris Curry, you're right. Fuck. You're right. I was just
He
going
got
to
like 6 carries at Utah.
Wait, was he number
He
18,
did.
2020 year?
No, I really don't think he was. Are y'all sure about this?
Yeah, he was definitely 18.
100% positive.
Dude, we had some
In 2020,
bad...
like COVID year?
Yeah, he was 18.
God, Edo was the worst. The worst. The worst.
Let
me give it to Jonathan Giles because he had 1,000 yards at Texas Tech when 7 other guys had it as well. Just FYI.
He had like 1,200. It was all.
If y'all could look at Chris Curry's 2020 COVID number 18, he's got these balls up here and then just your dreads are flowing down. It's impressive.
Jesus.
Yeah, I like.
He was a sophomore. Like, why was he 18? Did we just not do that back then?
No, because we talked him out of transferring. Like, that was Ed's way of talking him out of transferring. Ed used the numbers for like recruiting purposes.
Hey, Jonathan Giles. I remember Jonathan Giles' like first catch was a quick screen. It was like a little just boom. And he caught it. And like there was 2 dudes were blocking. The safety was 10 yards off. He could have gone through the middle. He could have gone everything. And all he did, he chopped his feet for a solid second and a half. The linebacker comes and sprints, and he got like 1.5 yards. I remember looking at the screen and being like, that's not good. That is not good.
And then that same game, I was at the game, and there was a punt. And, dude, he had a gaping hole. And I'm like, was he tiptoeing or was he really fast? I couldn't.
I was so bad at that.
I couldn't tell. And I was like, that was when it was kind of like, maybe.
Did y'all know he played 3 years at Utah? He went, actually, was it all 3 years? He went 2021, he had 18 carries for 80 yards. 22, he had 12 for 81. 23, he had 8 for 28. Meanwhile, he had in 2019.
Wait, that was his total numbers?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Each year. So he had 38 carries in 3 years at Utah. Meanwhile,
Jesus.
He had 38 carries at Utah in 3 years. 2019, I will die on this, the greatest team in the college football history. He had 38 carries in 2018 or 2019.
He had a lot of carries in those blowouts, though.
He'll always have 2019 that he was the second leading rusher. I don't even think he was the second leading rusher, actually.
No, it was definitely what's his name. I don't know why he took.
Well, Joe Burrow also, I think, passed him. But regardless, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, Nick Brissett was the year before. It was Ty Davis Price.
Ty Davis Price.
That's it. But so why didn't Ty Davis Price play more in that Oklahoma?
There was another freshman too.
Yeah, we had Ty Davis Price and
John Emery was a freshman.
John Emery.
You know what's crazy? Listen how wild this is. Chris Curry, 38 carries, 189 yards, 5 yards a carry. John Emery, 39 carries, 188 yards for 4.8. Chris Curry was actually a better running back that year. Shout out Leonard Fournette, though, 13 carries, 36 yards.
Leonard first carry of the season in 2018.
I believe. Oh, that was a pass. That was a catch he caught. Yeah, he had 5 catches for 19 yards. Anyway, we can get on to the shit we need to talk about if y'all want.
Tonight,
I'll never forget. I like reminiscing. I'll never forget.
That's amazing.
I'll never forget. We were sitting and we're watching. What's the Alabama looking Georgia Southern. We were playing them and Leonard Fournette's like he's like literally sharing carries with what's his name at the point. Nathan's like, oh my fucking god, I'm just let me live it because he had like a break like where it's just like him and the free safety and the free safety just like taps him and falls down.
Leonard Fournette. I mean,
God bless.
That's so typical Ed though.
Nate, question for you.
And then he quit that year.
If I do this, can y'all still see me? Oh shit, that's not it.
Question for Nate: would you take Josh Williams or would you take Leonard Fournette?
Oh,
Josh Williams.
Okay,
easy.
Got to put some respect back on Josh Williams.
Well, it's funny because I actually was looking earlier. Y'all can see me right now?
Yeah.
Can see you crystal clear.
I can't see y'all as well, but so I made some notes earlier. But no, it's funny. I got on Tiger Droppings earlier and they were talking about 18 and there was a whole thread about Josh Williams. Like, Josh Williams might actually make the Bucs roster. And everybody's like, one of my favorite Tigers ever. And I'm like, that's really weird because he's one of my least favorite Tigers ever, to be quite honest.
But isn't that the purpose of number 18? on like a non-Garrett Nussmeier year is to be some guy like Jacob Hester, who's barely a scholarship guy, to become a Tiger legend.
Yeah, and I get it, but the thing about it is that Josh Williams, yes, he embodies the spirit and the whole point of it, but he's not good. So like the whole point was like, hey, you are an underdog and you're a leader. Josh Williams was soft-spoken, and yes, he grinded his ass off. He utilized every ounce of his athleticism or whatever. But LSU is a better football team. I will die on this. We're a better football team. Not saying like when he was on the team, but we're a better football team right now because he is not going to be getting carries.
Yeah, the four guys.
I'm not saying that we were last year with like who we had at running back, but right now, the fact that he's now on the field and Caleb Jackson's lost some weight, give me some fucking chance to break something instead of just, hey, you know what, this guy might on a 2-yard carry, he might get 3. On a 1-yard carry, he might get 2. Like, give me something explosive.
Yeah, I feel like our fans infatuate themselves with like people like Jacob Hester. Like, I mean, it's a great story. Like, the best one being Jefferson.
Yeah.
You know, Jake being a 3-star. I mean, but
2-star.
Like it.
2.
Well, they act like yeah, but he was pretty like people wanted him.
He just didn't camp enough. I mean, the fact that
he had grade issues.
Yeah,
Justin Jefferson.
I think it was
he wasn't eligible until August.
Yeah, and so he didn't camp much. He had grade issues, and he was skinny. He was only like 170 pounds when he graduated. But bro, what we all know from being down there, that dude was a freaking stud at Destrehan. If you're a stud at Destrehan and you stand out, you're like, oh, you're playing all these 5A Bayou teams, and you're way better than everybody. Dude, like, okay, recruiting services,
dude. Our like number 11 wide receiver, 10 wide receiver, 9 wide receiver are good. 15 looks like a there, dude. He looks fast as shit. He's from Destrehan. I mean,
shout out Manchild. Can't wait for him to get on the field.
Oh my god, dude!
Don't even start talking to me about Edna Carr like athletes, because
I love that
stuff. Probably about 9 to 10 times a year, I just watch a random Edna Carr run out, and they're just holding him back. And I send it to all my boys from Philly or whatever. I'm like, y'all think y'all play football? I'm like, look at these motherfuckers, bitch.
It's actually a pretty nice school,
and they all come to LSU.
That's the thing. That's what I love most about them is if you get offered at Edna Carr,
unless your name's Speedy Noel, you're probably coming.
Well, that's the thing. They did Speedy wrong. Speedy basically got not fucked over, but he didn't get developed. He fizzled out.
Nice Liberty Bowl jacket.
Oh, I did say that to him, didn't I? Fuck.
Well, wasn't he?
You remember so much more than me. I'll just black out and be like, "Oh, fuck you." Nice Liberty Bowl jacket.
We were watching Ben Simmons play in the Alario Center against Edna Carr.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it was against Edna Carr's basketball team.
Yeah.
And Speedy. Do what?
Walker?
No, they were playing Edna Carr.
Yeah, I think they were.
Yeah, you're right. That's why Speedy.
It was a tournament. I think there was other games, but
and then he started an overrated chant.
Yeah, so he's in the bleachers, like supporting his boys. Me and Nathan are literally underneath the goal, like on the baseline. And Speedy walks by after the game, or it might have been halftime. And so he's a freshman.
We went and we got there and left. Yeah.
He's a freshman.
He was a stud as a freshman, though, at A&M.
And he's wearing his Liberty Bowl jacket. And he walks by Nathan. There was a little bit of a stutter in it, which made it beautiful.
I was terrified.
Yeah, because Nathan doesn't normally stutter in these situations. No. And he just goes, nice Liberty Bowl jacket.
Well, that's because we're supposed to go 5 for 5, and we went 1 for 5. And anybody who knows
two
for 5, my bad, Jamal. But everybody who knows me knows that like I love Edna Carr, and I mean I must have watched Speedy Noel highlights day in and day out. And when he didn't come, she's wearing houndstooth. She's wearing houndstooth.
That was
Tony Brown, I know, but still, like, that whole fucking day scarred me.
Yeah, she's wearing houndstooth.
Let's fucking go to Clemson, man. We're rattling. I got shit to do. It's already 10:30 here. Let's go. Let's start it up. Come on.
All right, so tonight we're here to talk about Clemson's defense. Chip's loving the reminiscing now.
I know, I love it. I love it too. We have Tuesday and Wednesday to do that shit.
Yeah, it looks like we got guests lined up for Tuesday and possibly Thursday.
If it's who I think it is, I'm against it.
What, Thursday? Because of what I sent you earlier? Well, we can take it offline.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, well, there's like 3 potential guests we have lined up, so you don't know which one.
Okay.
Yeah, we're talking about here.
More the merrier. Whatever.
Yeah, because Anyway,
okay. Clemson.
So we're here tonight. We're here to talk about Clemson's defense. Before we get into that, make sure you like and subscribe the page. Like and subscribe. Clemson's defense. Guys, I was feeling good last night, but Nate, I know me and you were on the phone. We were briefly looking at film of Clemson's D-line earlier today. Mm-hmm. But the more and more I looked into Clemson's defense, the more and more I actually am worried.
Fun.
So who wants to talk me out of it? Because I do think so they fired their defensive coordinator because they were 60th or something in the nation in points per game.
69th
and something like 40 something in yards per game. Their defense
I thought they were more. They're 69th in yards. They may have been 40 something in points.
40 something in points.
They created a lot of turnovers. That was what they did last year to keep people off
and they could not stop the run. They could not stop the run whatsoever. So statistically, they were not a very good defense. They return a plethora of players on defense. And they've got 2 defensive linemen that are projected to be top 10 picks. They got Nate's boy, Woody Wood as
his name's Wade. I just keep calling him Woody. That's like an inside joke, everybody.
They return 3 of their top corners. Is that right?
Yeah.
And then 1 of the 2 safeties. They've got experience everywhere. But actually, it's one of those things.
They lost their number 2 corner. But yeah.
Another Terrell's there, yeah, right?
Terrell's there, yeah. They lost Lucas. They turned the others, but yeah.
But it's one of those things where if you return Major Burns and Sage Ryan, is that a good thing?
I was going to bring this up, but yeah, you're already saying it for me.
So I'll segue to whoever wants to take that.
I've heard some good news I've heard some good news for Nathan though. According to a lot of people, there's no chance that your boy sees the field.
Listen, I've talked about that. I mean, it's about Clemson, but yes, I know we were talking about Gilbert. Yeah, I brought that up, and everybody's like, "You're fucking crazy." And I'm like, I don't know, but yeah, I mean, we can talk about that on Wednesday or something. But yeah, Jordan Gilbert. That's my only concern is Jordan Gilbert and Joe Sloan's red zone offense. Otherwise, I think we're the best team in the history of the world, minus 2019.
What if Brian Kelly wins a toss and receives?
Don't love that. I'll say this.
Lose it.
I was good until Travis fucking posed that question.
Well, but I
was on cloud 9.
I think in Brian Kelly's defense, he's looking at his team being like, what do I have a better chance? Do I have a better chance to score first or to stop them? Listen, I'm always going let's not – I want the ball second half. That's what I always – because I want to be able to try to get next possession for halftime, whatever. But, I mean, how many times did we also kick it off and they just went down the fucking field and scored? And then
supposedly he did it at Notre Dame all the time too.
Yeah, it is.
But I have not researched that. That's just what I've been told.
And that's one of those things that just is what it is. It's you don't know because it could work out either way. Like, okay, what if we did go down and score and then we stop them and we have a short field?
We have gone down all the way to the 1 yard line.
Yeah,
And then we run the same running play up the middle and get stopped.
That's the whole thing. Is like there are situations where if you take the ball first, it could be 24 to 13 at halftime, and even if they are coming out with the ball, that's why I think I would always kick it off because I wanted the beginning of the second half, but I think it's a little bit over talked about because it's just a hypothetical because hindsight's 2020. I kept being like catch 22. Hindsight's 2020 because. Yeah, if you kick it off and they just ram it down our throats, now we're like, fuck. They just raped us, and now we really feel like shit. Whereas maybe We get a couple first downs, whatever. It's all just hindsight. That's my point.
But tonight's about Clemson's defense.
Yeah, so let's talk about
and Gabe, I see you in the comments already. Everybody feel free to hit us up in the comments. Gabe, we will talk about LSU's offensive line at the end here. Gabe bringing up the fact that Kelly said today that we'll play 7 or 8 offensive linemen. But tonight we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
I think it's a little. Chip, do you want to go first? I mean, do you have anything to say, or what do you want to say?
And Gabe also says, Kelly says that the team that scores first statistically has a higher chance of winning.
Yeah, I mean,
that's Kelly's.
Anyway, okay, let's go. Clemson.
I think, I mean, obviously they're a senior-laden team. I think they're a little bit overrated, but I'm sure they're really good. I mean, they weren't very good last year. I mean, I like you said, is it bringing back Sage Ryan, as I like to call Sage Burns? I mean, what does it matter if you're bringing back a defense that wasn't very good? Now they have a better coach, supposedly, the dude from Indiana.
Yeah, but at the same
Penn
time,
State's defensive coordinator last year.
Yeah, but Penn State didn't play anybody, and they had so many fucking dudes already. That's like, people are like, oh, well, he did this with Penn State. He did this at Penn State. It's like, okay, cool. Like, you're going into a situation where, yeah, it's probably similar. I'm sure in the ACC they will fuck people up. But you're playing big boy football, okay? What did Penn State do against real teams? Not shit. They only played like 2 of them, and they didn't do anything. So there's going to be a drop. There's going to be a drop-off. I mean, Blake Baker was the most amazing. Like, he brought Missouri to a top 10 defense, and then he came here and he's like, fuck, I don't have shit right now, which I'm not saying that's Clemson, but you're going to have a little bit of weird thing going on, especially first game with a new coordinator. You just are.
I do think they're going to be better against the run.
Well, they couldn't get much worse, and yes, they should be.
And I think that will be an area where we're not going to struggle throwing the ball. So if we're going to struggle on offense, it's going to be running the ball. It's going to be breaking in a new offensive line. So I do think that they slow us down running the ball. But can that secondary contain LSU's wide receiver core and Garrett Nussmeier? I think it comes down to whether or not they can affect Garrett Nussmeier. Because if Nussmeier has all day, I think we win the matchup. If they get pressure on Nussmeier, then I can see their secondary playing well.
Well, that's where it goes back to, this is where coaching matters. I mean, I've said it, like, Daniel, you are obsessed with Blake Baker. I love Blake Baker, and I've given him, like, last year, I mean, I talked about how much I hate Penn, Gilbert, Ryan, Burns. I mean, he really didn't have much to work with. So this year I'm expecting him to do it. Like, with our schedule, you're not going to have a top 10, top 20 defense. But, like, let's hold them to field goals when we're in the red zone. Let's create some turnovers. I don't care. People talk about yards. I don't give a shit about yards, but make them kick a field goal when in the past they score touchdowns. Make them turn the ball over. That's what I care about. And then going to Sloan, that's where I think Sloan was so fucking bad at play calling. I mean, we already talked about it the other night briefly, but every 2nd and 10, I was just like, well, this is a run. And you know what we did? A little zone read that our quarterback would never keep. So we're just leaving the DN unblocked. This is literally like not saying that literally but 90% of the time. And all of a sudden it'd be 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8. It's amazing how good we were on offense, considering how uncreative our play calling was and how bad our run game was. So, I agree. It's got to come. We got to run the ball some. Like, you can't just have 45 yards rushing and think that we're going to throw for 350 and it's like, okay, well, that's going to win. No, it's not going to win. But I do think that Clemson's a little bit overrated on this, just like I thought they were a little bit overrated on offense as well, except for the receivers.
Yeah, if you throw an incompletion on 1st down and then you just run it on 2nd and 10 every single time, and there's no creativity in the way that you run it.
Exactly.
Then Clemson's going to eat you alive defensively.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Because then you're in predictable 3rd down situation, predictable for them 3rd down situations. You've got to be more creative on 1st downs. You got to be more creative in your personnel packages. That's you have all of this skill position players at your disposal that you can dictate to the defense. Will we see LSU's offense do that? We have not seen that in the last 3 years. You have to, especially if you want to win this game. You can't run the same shit you did a year ago and expect different results.
Which is why they hired Alex Atkins.
Yeah, I think it'll be different. I mean, we're kind of just beating around the bush, but if we're talking specifically about Clemson, I spent a lot of time looking up shit today. So here's their stats. They lost their leading tackler from last year, Barrett Carter. Their 3 leading tacklers were linebackers. I don't know what all that means, but I think they just use them in probably kind of how we're going to use Perkins in certain ways. We're on passing downs. They have some blitzes, whatnot. They lost him. They lost their leading safety. So they lost 2 of their top 4 tacklers from last year. They lost their number 2 corner. I don't know. I didn't look to see if he got drafted, whatever. Statistically, they lost their number 1 D tackle. I mean, Peter Woods is projected, whatever, but I think a lot of that's projected from a statistic standpoint. He was number 2. I looked a lot into their recruiting today, and it's kind of funny. I mean, how we went about – let me bring this up. How we went about it, I'm just going to say this briefly. 2022, they were 14 overall. We were 7 overall. The difference is we only have 2 players from that class on our team.
Still, yeah.
They have like 10. So they have older guys. 2023, they were 14. We're number 4. And this is taken into a transfer whatever. And in 2022, they got 1 transfer. They were 156. 2023, they're 103rd in the transfer portal. 2024, they were 15 overall. We were 9 overall. They didn't even get a transfer in 2024. This year, they were 28th in recruiting, and they had like 3 transfers, which one of their highlighted big-time get was the Purdue D-end.
Yeah.
So, and remember Matthew was like obsessed with that kid. Remember we missed out on him, and he was like, "Oh my God, this kid." Let me tell you something.
Well, that's because he thought he was going to Ole Miss.
Yeah, exactly. A 3-star dude who was his freshman year he played a little. His sophomore year he had 5 sacks and like 45 tackles at Purdue while they went 1-11 and got murdered by everyone. You know what? I'll say it. Not a believer in you, bro. Just not. I don't care if you were the number 5, you were ranked number 5 transfer coming out or whatever. I don't care if he's listed 6'6", like 260. He's kind of similar to Pyburn. Pyburn's a little smaller. But dude, you played at Purdue and didn't do fucking shit. And y'all sucked. You know what I mean? Like, and you played every down. Pyburn doesn't have as many sacks because Pyburn didn't play on 3rd downs in passing situations. And we have dudes who are going to rotate in and out, and they're acting like, oh man, we've got this duo of Parker and Helt. Fuck Helt. I don't think that dude's good. And then their other D tackle is a 6-year guy who was a high-ranked recruit coming out of ING in 2020, and he hasn't done shit. And he's a big dude. He's 315, whatever. But because of Woods, because of Parker, they're getting sucked off. And listen, I think they're both really good players. Like I think Peter Woods is a stud, like a straight stud. I think TJ Parker is a very formidable guy, especially with our new guys. But we're acting like these guys are prime Georgia and prime Alabama those years that we've played them, that they're just going to wreak havoc. No, they have some really good players, and they have some guys that are, on the D-line I'm talking about.
I think the big thing for them is they have experience. Our O-line doesn't, specifically at the tackles. Mm-hmm. And so that's where they kind of get the nod. That's why they're the best. They're considered one of the best D lines in college football, not from a pure talent standpoint, but from an experience standpoint. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, no, I'm not saying if you ask me who has the advantage, our O-line or their D-line, I'd still say their D-line. But that's because they know what they're getting with these guys, and we're so unsure. But as we talked about earlier, bringing back dudes who – again, like this one dude who's a 6-year senior D tackle, and he's never gone anywhere else. He's just been at Clemson. I mean, bro, are you really that good? Are you really that good? A transfer from Purdue, are you really that good? We'll find out. But you know what? If you want to fucking crown him, crown him. I'm not crowning him. Little shout out Dennis. What's his name? Dennis Green.
Yeah, R.I.P.
Chip, thoughts?
I mean,
which way do you lean on the
Oh, as each minute goes down, each second, I get more and more confident that we're going to win.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure.
I mean, but it's probably the fan in me.
The fan in all of us, yeah.
I mean, I think it's going to be a close game. Last week I thought they'd win. This week, I kind of think we come back and win. I kind of think it's very similar to Texas. Now, you can't really compare games from 6 years ago, but it just seems – I don't know, man. Did y'all listen to Kelly today? He has never sounded like that, and the dude sounds confident.
He does sound
and
really confident.
I'm also if we lose this game, it's not the end of the season. It's a big fucking deal, yes. But is it?
Yeah, but I mean, no, I don't think it's doesn't make the season. But if you win,
it makes it. Then you're in the driver's seat.
You win. You are the favorite to win the national championship after week 1. Is that fair?
You're gonna do a Texas jump. Remember we went to
depends what happens with Texas, Ohio State. If Texas goes in and beats Ohio State, I mean they're already kind of the favorite. So
yeah,
but LSU would have won on the road at Clemson.
Texas playing at Ohio State.
Yeah, I think Texas is a 3-loss team, so I'm biased on this one. But both of those teams are breaking in new quarterbacks.
But you're talking about. I mean, you're hypothetically I agree. I think we beat Clemson. I'm like, oh, we're fucking winning it. Like for me, I'm talking about from an outside perspective. If Texas wins, they're gonna be the betting favorites, and depending on how the game goes, Ohio State will still be. If we beat Clemson, we'll probably be like at that point the 4th highest favorite in a gambling sense. I'm not saying that's right. I'm not saying that's right.
It's the Arch Manning effect. That's what.
What were we against Texas in 2019?
Oh, I couldn't tell you in a minute.
7th, 6th.
Oh, yeah, I couldn't.
We went to number 2 after we beat them.
Yeah.
I think you'll be number
2 or 3.
Yes.
Well, yeah, it kind of depends. It depends.
Because then you'll have made the leap. You'll have made the leap that you've been unable to make.
I think y'all are. I think if Ohio State beats Texas, they're going to be like, oh, well, Texas, new quarterback.
Yeah,
I think they're going to drop them 2 spots.
We'll definitely jump in the top.
Penn State won't move. Oregon won't move. I think we'll go from 9 to 5. I don't think it'll be.
We'll jump in the top 5, which would be
hot take. I think Ohio State and Texas are both going to be 3-loss teams.
I don't think either can be 3-loss teams, but I don't think they have a hard enough schedule. I think the loser could be a 3-loss team. The winner, I don't think that has any chance to be a 3-loss team because they don't play anybody. Who the fuck is if Texas beats Ohio State? How the hell? I think
Ohio State wins. I haven't looked at Ohio State's schedule.
It's the same as it always is. They get Penn State at home. They play, I think, at Michigan.
Is this the year Drew Aller breaks through and wins that game? Will they lose to Oregon? Do they play Oregon again?
No, they don't.
Do they have to make any West Coast games?
Wait, they played Oregon last year?
Yeah, there was that crazy play where Will Howard slid as the clock.
I'm talking about Penn State.
Oh, no.
Because Penn State didn't play anybody.
Penn State played Oregon in the championship game.
They play Texas at home. No fucking way. Week 2, Grambling State plays at Ohio State.
Okay.
Shout out to the Tigers.
Shout out Grambling. Then they play at Ohio at home. Then they play at Washington, who people are, there's Washington's like the 10th favorite or 10th highest odds to make the playoff. Washington. Yeah. Then they play Minnesota at home. They play at Illinois. That's another big one they have.
Hey, don't sleep on Illinois, man.
They play at Wisconsin. They play Penn State at home, at Purdue, UCLA at home, Rutgers at home, at Michigan. These are faux hard games. These are faux hard games. They're not real.
They're not going to lose all those. They're not going to lose.
Hey, I'm not done with Clemson's defense. Let's keep going on. Let's talk about their linebackers. You want to talk about their linebackers?
Well, let me finish.
I don't know anything about their linebackers.
Let me finish my thought here, though, because to piggyback on what Chip said, I do think you win this game. The perception nationally is that LSU has made the leap.
Oh,
because,
100%.
Because you haven't won a big game on the road under Brian Kelly. Your biggest win on the road is Missouri,
and you haven't won an opening game since.
And so you'll knock off two of the boxes you haven't done, and so then people are believers. You lose the game, then you're back
to where you've always been the last couple of years. But I mean,
you're stuck in the purgatory that you've been.
And I think you said the other day to me, not on here, but it was when LSU gets it rolling and the momentum goes with this program, we can get weird. So that's why it's a big game, because it's not about if losing or like if losing is the end of the season. It's about if we win. It goes from, hey, if we lose, let's try to scrape into the back end of the playoffs and like just make the playoffs to survive. If you win, now you're like, all right, fuck this, like fuck the playoffs. We're winning this whole fucking thing, and that's where the difference is.
Yeah. All right, linebackers.
Wade Woodaz. I have a great
Woody Woodaz.
It would
forever
be cool
will be known as Woody Woodaz.
It would be cool if his nickname was Woody.
His nickname probably is Woody. I know a guy whose nickname is Woody.
If it's not, that was my old boss at the Ocean Course. If it's not, they're dropping the ball.
That was my homeroom teacher.
This guy is like a 2-year starter. I looked at like his recruiting, 3-star, kind of a nobody, came out as a safety. He is the epitome of number 19, Tanner Muse from 2019. Same player, same exact player. If you look at him, I said it. Wade Woodaz is like
Woody Woodaz.
6'2", 230. Tanner Muse was like 6'1.5", 230. They're both like athletic, but they're like Tanner Muse tried to tackle Justin Jefferson. Jesus Christ, I can't say it. And he went so far past him, tried to stop, fell on his head. You know, he was still a third-round pick. Because he ran really fast in a straight line. He had great measurables, and he had great stats at Clemson. And he played in like the league for like 2 years, and then he made like practice squads for 2 years. Same guy. The dude's got a lot of stats, but I don't think he's like a good player. Like, I think if he was playing at LSU, him and West would be maybe duking it out, but I don't even think he's good as West Weeks. He's like he definitely wouldn't be starting for multiple years. Their other linebacker, Sammy Brown, is a fucking dog. I'll give it to him. I want to hate him, but he was like number 3 overall player 2 years ago. Stars a true freshman. He's a freak of nature. Has a mullet, psychopath a little bit, stud. But
Wade Woodaz, I fucking hate though. I'm looking at Wade Woodaz's picture. Fucking hate, dude.
Clemson has this mix of like they've got this mix of like white program guys, and then they've got enough sprinkled in like highly recruited guys.
I mean, Woodaz is jacked.
So I looked through their recruiting classes. When they roll out their starting defense, they'll have 3 dudes, 1 5-star, Sammy Brown. Then they'll have 2 dudes who are 4 stars in the top 100, which were Woods. Actually, K-Part was back in 2020. Was Terrell top 100?
Yes.
I think he was.
Okay. So they'll have 3. So they'll have I'm not even counting K-Part. Like, bro, if you were in 2020 COVID, like, bro, you're not really a 4-star. You know what I mean? Like, you're not really a top 100 player.
Nobody.
You're going this year. But Woods, Parker, Terrell, plus Brown. The others are all, like, middling 3 stars. But that's what they do. They don't get transfers. They build you up. They see something in you, and, like, they'll play you, whatever. So the talent, I don't think they have a lot of dudes on this defense that are – They have Parker, they have Terrell, they have Brown, they have Woods. I think those 4 dudes are going to be at least 7-year guys. They're going to get at least 2 contracts in the NFL, like good contracts. Then they'll have a couple that maybe get a cup of coffee, but I don't think there's just NFL dudes all over this defense. That's why, I mean, they weren't a good defense last year. They fired their DC. To think that this is one of the best defenses in the country, I think it's asinine. Yes, they have some individual parts, but they had those fucking parts last year. I don't care if they're a year older. They didn't do it last year, so what the fuck? So I think they're overrated. I think they're good, but I don't think they're unbeatable.
In my research I was doing today, I did see a video with Todd McShay saying they've got 8 potential NFL players on their defense. With that said, 3 of them were true freshmen.
Oh, well, so I'm not even counting that.
Yeah.
So
right around the numbers you're saying, just sprinkle in a couple more freshmen.
But that's what's funny. Like, look at their recruiting class this year, and they were the number 26 recruiting class. So it's like, bro, I'm not. Yes, okay. So they have a D lineman, Amari Adams. He was a 5-star. Yes,
yeah,
D tackle.
That was one of the ones.
So I'm sure he's going to play some, but it's like, okay, who else? I don't. They're next. There's some dude, Ari Watford. He was number 32 D end. I don't know, like, and that's the thing. It's like you can't be sitting there talking about, oh, these guys have the first game of the year. I hope to God they throw out Amari Adams. I hope to God, because even if we're inexperienced, we still have dudes like Paul Mabinga is still a redshirt sophomore. He's still been around enough that he can destroy that guy.
No, I think it's kind of similar to the 2019 Clemson defense,
for sure,
where you've got some spectacular whites out there that aren't the most athletic, but they're going to be solid. They're going to do what they're supposed to do. Yeah. They are going to be better because of the coordinator and because of experience. So they'll be better than last year. It just comes down to LSU's creativity in the run game. That is what this whole game hinges on.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and the whole thing is go to like their secondary. It's like, okay, Terrell, we know he's good. Khalil Barnes and Kylan Griffin. Those dudes are average safeties. Are they better than what we had last year? Sure. Are they AJ Halsey? No, I don't think they're AJ Halsey. I think they are middle of the road ACC safeties. Take that for what it is. They might make a roster for a year or two, then go to a practice squad and be out of the league. So yes, they have experience. Like, I mean, Kylan Griffin he played a good bit. He had 25 total tackles, but he wasn't a starter. He had a couple of he had one interception, a couple pass deflections. Khalil Barnes had several interceptions, but you look at who they're playing against, it's like the Citadel and some shitty ACC teams. So, yeah, they have experience, and they're not bad players. They're not going to, like, screw up necessarily, but I don't think they're going to make plays either. So that's where I think if Woods and Parker don't make plays, because I'm not sold on Will Held, even though we have a new O-line. If they don't make plays and then Sammy Brown doesn't make a play, I think it's fair game, because I think Terrell's an okay. I don't think he's that great. I mean, he's not that great. He's not some ungodly dude like Derek Stingley was back in the day. And so I think we have a lot of chances to kind of do whatever we want as long as we're creative and we keep them off balance.
I just wish this game was week 2.
I just wish it was not at Clemson.
Yeah. It could be at Clemson if it was week 2.
Yeah.
If we just had something to gel the offensive line together, then I think you'd have a much better chance. But because it's at Clemson, because they're experienced, they're less likely to have busts on the back end.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And they are more likely to cause disruption against our tackles that are.
So I was reading stuff today, and they basically said that Allen kind of wants to do what Blake Baker said he wanted to do, and what Blake Baker did at the beginning of the year is Allen's very blitz happy kind of guy. And so they talked to Parker, and he's like, oh, yeah, we're going to create havoc. And you know what? That's where I want to see Garrett Nussmeier be like, cool, I want you to blitz me because I know what's going on. I've got these receivers. And listen, yes, Terrell's a good corner. These other two dudes are kind of nobodies. They were a nickel and a dude who didn't play last year. So, like, yeah, I'll take my receivers versus y'all. I'll fucking take Trey'Dez Green versus one of your safeties. But I need Garrett Nussmeier to go out there and be the dude we think he can be. And as much as we are just like, oh, Nuss is great, he fucked up a lot last year. He really did. And, like, Sloan fucked him in a lot of ways. But that Texas A&M shit, still haven't forgotten him, forgiven him for that. Florida, he had some bad reads and stuff. But, bro, you got to recognize and know your hot routes. And I want to see that maturity because this is a game that you go out there and they're blitzing you and you throw that slant to Aaron Anderson. He houses it like you did against A&M, or you stare at that dude hitting you and you throw that little post route to Aaron Anderson and drop it in. Go be that guy and outshine Cade Klubnik, and that's how you're the number 1 overall pick, and that's how you make fucking $50 million.
Yeah.
Go be our leader. Go be our fucking dude, bro.
I've said this before. I've said it a million times. I'm the biggest Garrett Nussmeier fan in the world, but the kid has interception demons. And if he wants to be an elite college quarterback and an NFL quarterback, he's going to have to get over that. He can't shit down his leg when the pressure's on.
But he also rises up sometimes, too. He has it in him. We've seen it. But Joe Burrow, Jaden Daniels. We had, I mean, God, we know friends who wanted Joe Burrow benched coming into the 29. I know people who wanted Garrett Nussmeier to play over Jaden Daniels. And guess what they did? Fucking Heisman's, because they took their okay seasons and they went to be amazing. That's what I want to fucking see from Garrett. And I expect it from him. I really do. I expect that shit from him.
I agree. Chip, any other thoughts on Clemson's defense?
How many INTs do you think Klubnik has all?
Not many.
He has the same amount as Nuss altogether all year, all 4 years. So,
but he played more, right?
Yeah, I mean he didn't. I mean,
yeah,
he's 2 years younger than Garrett, but
yeah,
his first year only.
But he's been starting since 2022, and
I mean,
I'm saying he's susceptible. He's just as susceptible, man. You get in his face, he'll make mistakes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, you got to. That's what I said last night. You got to make him throw the ball. Don't let him run. He is a one read run. Now, again, he might have grown as well. This is his third year starting. You'd expect it. He took a big leap last year, but as I said, I heard Flynn talking about how, and Flynn broke down some stuff. And I watched the SMU Clemson game from the ACC Championship the other night. He will throw just random balls to like the middle of the field and just expect his guys to go make plays. And some of these safeties on the other team were just, I mean, they wouldn't even start at Parkview Baptist. I mean, it was so bad. So it's like, hey, if you keep doing that shit against big boy motherfuckers, it ain't gonna be good for you.
I think when it comes to our defense, I know we're not talking about that, but I think you're gonna have a really, really good defense this year.
I expect it.
Yeah, I expect it, and you want to know how I know I expect it? Because everyone who sees him has said it. And it's not just the LSU guys; it's everybody. And I think there'll be. I don't think the national media is talking about it yet, but I think they will. I think it's whoever gets 4 stops in this game will win the game.
I think it's gonna be a lot more defensive than we think. I think. I'm not gonna
because it's the first game. It's the first game of the year.
Can you get 2 stops in a row? That's what I'm trying to. Can you do that? It's how many times can you do that in a row? Because you did it in the second half against Texas. You stopped them in the first half.
Oh, it's 2019. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, and you were able to go stride for stride with them.
I just don't think it's going to be anything like the Texas game. I think that's a whole, different thing. I don't think their offense is Texas, and I don't think our offense is
I think he's similar. I think Klubnik is similar to what's his name.
I could see it being a shootout. But I don't know if it'll be – what was the final score of that game?
49-42 or some shit like that?
I don't think it'll be that. I think it would be something like 34-31.
I could see it being similar to that Kansas State, Iowa State where we spend at half being low scoring. I think it's either going to be both teams come out and it's like 17-14 at halftime. You're like, holy shit, this game's going to be mid to upper 30s. And then second half, there's no scoring. Or it's going to come out and the halftime score is like 10-7. Then it's going to be more scoring in the second half. I think there will be scores. I don't think it's going to be like 17-13. But I think
you're going to have first game procedural penalties. You're going to have your
hopefully
sloppiness.
With Braylon Moore will be less. I mean, hopefully that was our biggest problem last year. Was just our fucking center would just be like, he's jerking off the ball. He's like,
Braylon Moore is definitely going to be better.
Yeah, absolutely.
Chester's
not sniffing playing.
Yeah,
that says a lot too. That says a lot.
That does.
Well, Moore was all ACC, man. Moore was all ACC. That dude's good.
I like him.
You're going to talk about Clemson's D line, but he handled Clemson's D line last year.
Yeah, my concern on the O line is the fact that you're going to be rotating 2 guys at left guard.
Yeah, you also have 2 of the better cornerbacks in the ACC league last year that are on your team. I'm just, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm worried about remember, and I think it'll settle in. But we talked about TJ Parker being a physical player, not like a speed guy. Remember Will Campbell against Jared Verse, and the first few plays. Jared Verse just ran through that motherfucker's chest, and Will Campbell eventually stood up for it and was there for it. He rose to the occasion. But you got Tyree Adams, who doesn't have a ton of playing time, and TJ Parker is not going to fuck around. He's going to try to go through him for a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's a little worrisome because you don't want your quarterback to feel happy feet in the first quarter, because you feel happy feet in the first quarter, you're happy feet all game, and we do not need Nuss throwing off his back foot, just throwing up shit.
But like you said, he's got to rise up. He's got to be a coach on the field, and he's got to hit his checkdowns.
Yeah.
And we got.
And our checkdowns aren't going to be Josh Williams. They actually can do stuff.
But to do those things, he's got to trust his offensive line, and you got to build that.
Well, Daniel, you know this. Like you can call stuff, but at the same time, like the center's got to tell the other guys, like, "Hey, man, this is the guy. Like you got to coordinate." I don't think DJ Chester knew what the fuck to do last year. I think Nuss said stuff, and if there was a dude blitzing late, they were so clueless. Like we watched that Iowa State Kansas State game where there was just simple stunts, and those linemen couldn't react. I feel like that was us last year because even though our tackles were studs, the center of our line were, and this is mostly after Dellinger got hurt, and you had Mabinga and then Chester. They were so not together, and I think you have two. To me, it's always two different. It's two different positions. Like you get your tackles. Yes, we don't want them coming outside and doing this stuff. But as we always say, your interior line, if you feel pressure up the middle as a quarterback, that's the worst. Because if you feel a dude coming at you, you're like, I don't have anywhere to go. And so you immediately bail. Now, if you have a guy, the left tackle, it's blindside. But if I know a guy's getting a lot of pressure on the outside, I'd be like, hey, man, just don't let him come in that inside gap. Push him out, and I can try to go under. But if I don't have anywhere to step up in a pocket and I feel like I'm getting claustrophobic, that's where the chaos begins. And that's where last year we really struggled in the run game, and that's where most of our passing game problems came from because Mabinga and Chester just got humiliated. Now Mabinga's a year older and Chester's not playing, so I expect it to be better.
Yeah, if you can –
Cohen Eccles.
Yeah, no, and he'll play. I just keep saying Mabinga, but he'll definitely play.
Yeah, I think he's so athletic.
It looks like neither one.
I'd rather a fast
Mabinga's the more athletic one. Eccles is the more physical one.
Eccles is like technically sound and physical, but he's not like as big. Mabinga's long and like a freak athletically. Mabinga came here to be a tackle, but then they put him in the guard because he just not a tackle.
But if you're playing both of them, that means nobody stood out. But the flip side of that is somebody's going to get hurt along the way, so you're going to need them anyway.
And I think they said 7-8 because I think Kern's going to get some play at right tackle.
He was out. He missed the second.
He's on a bike. It doesn't mean he's.
No, it doesn't mean.
The way things are going. I mean, the last time we sat out people like this, I don't think Kelly's done this every year. I mean, he has to some.
No, he definitely changed everything up this year.
Yeah. The last time we did this was 2019. We were like giving those people time off. And I'm not
because we knew we had. Yeah.
Ed was giving them time off in 2021 as well.
I don't want to talk about him anymore.
Yeah, Ed treated fall camp like NFL training camp, where he was just giving veteran players off.
Like Dion.
Well, and the thing is, like, we're doing that this year, but it's
Shedeur don't need to practice.
Shit.
At Colorado, I'm saying. Shedeur. Should the Saints trade for Shedeur?
No, fuck that. No, he's terrible. Fuck that. Don't even fucking start that. Are we done? I gotta pee. I got shit to do.
All right.
Final thoughts?
That's pretty much final thoughts. I mean, I figure tomorrow night we don't know what we're talking about yet. We have guests.
I've got an idea. I'll send you all the framework of tomorrow. We'll likely have a guest from Pot of Gold tomorrow.
Oh,
nice.
Yes. So
collab, baby. Collab.
We got to finalize that. Although we got to talk to Mark because Mark was also a possibility.
We could do time frames.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
All right. Well,
later, guys.
We'll be back tomorrow night.
All right. Later.